Welcome to the Pixel Podcast. You're listening to episode 9. I'm Kevin.
We're going to redo that again because it's the Pixel Powerup. Because we want to...
All right, hold on.
We're trying to make it as short as possible.
Welcome to the Pixel Powerup. My name's Kevin Allen, and today with me as always...
Wesley Babcock.
Ikaika Shively.
And today is the 21st of April, and we're going to talk about video games and stuff. I'm going to stop being excited because I'm very tired.
Okay.
Speaking of video games and stuff, have you guys been playing any video games or doing stuff? Doing stuff and playing video games?
This week has been hell, so...
It's been a rough week.
Yeah,
we're really getting
definitely
into
a rough week. It's like 2 weeks till finals here for us, so...
I'm sure
you guys are feeling it too.
Yeah. So no?
I've been watching sports, but not...
That's not video games.
Yeah.
In my mind, it is.
That's real life games.
Real life games.
Not video games. Wesley, Babcock, video games.
No, just watching other people play video games.
Roger Dodger.
Oh, wait, I played a game last night.
What did you play?
After being amped that the Sharks won their third
Stop
playoff
talking
game.
about sports. Wrong
I played
podcast.
NHL 16.
Oh, okay. Is that hockey?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fun, but there's a really big learning curve on it, so it's really hard. But like one stick, you control the skater, and the other stick controls the actual stick.
Oh, wow.
But it's
pretty
cool.
intuitive design. Do you beat people up? Because I hear that's a thing in hockey.
Yes,
from
you
that
can
one
fight.
movie I watched called Goon.
I can't remember if... I don't think it's first person anymore, but the old ones used to be first person, and the sticks, you're just like...
It's like Fight Night, right?
Yeah,
like,
but now it's like third person, so both people can see like everything and like the grabs of the jersey and stuff.
That's cool. That's like a real thing in hockey, right?
Yeah, the way you grab the jersey is the way you get like the upper hand and then punch them until they fall. Because the fights end when someone falls down.
That's like
even if it's a slip.
How is that a thing in hockey?
What?
Like fighting. Just like a fight breaking out on the ice.
I don't know, but I love it.
That's not against the rules?
It's probably like the only... Well, I think you can get...
They'll fight, and then sometimes there's like... They'll break it off, but if it's like a big fight or they're already like going at it, then they'll just let it go.
The ref will just be like, all
right.
I've
seen... I can't remember what game it was. Like it was like maybe 10 years ago. There was a fight, and then it stopped, and then they were still going at it. So right when the puck dropped, both teams just dropped their gloves, 5-on-5, goalie versus goalie.
Wow.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I should get into hockey. That sounds...
it's better
hockey
than like any other thing.
Is amazing.
That sounds like my kind of sport. Wesley, Babcock, you just been watching people play video games?
Yeah.
Roger.
But
it's a lot easier to do than actually playing video games.
Yes, because you don't have to launch the game.
Yeah.
You don't have to like figure out what you're doing, what game out of your hundreds.
Yeah. And oftentimes it's more entertaining.
Yeah, because you have people like that do that for a living.
Yeah, and they're funny guys.
And they're funny, yeah.
Fair enough. I've been playing games that's not funny. It's called Dark Souls 3. My review should be up. I don't know. Hopefully sometime this week. Maybe? Probably not. Anyways, that's a pretty good game. I gave it 5 out of 5 Kaleo torches because I really like it. I think it's... I say it in my review, but I think it's the best Dark Souls game out of the... Or the best Souls game out of the 4. And if you count Bloodborne, the best out of the 5. And I think it's what Miyazaki, the creative lead, I think he really takes everything he's learned from all of the other games and he plugs it into this one game. And I'm pretty sure this is the last one. This is the last Dark Souls game. I think this is a finale. But... I mean, I've been really enjoying it, though. I haven't found anything I've disliked, although on the PlayStation 4 version, there are some frame rate drops. And when you, like, load into new areas the first time, it'll chug real hard, like, noticeably. Like, you'll see it go down to 10, 15 frames. And I know on the PC there's been some crashing going on. We talked about that last week.
Light glitch or whatever.
Yeah, that first bonfire, people are crashing if they have certain hardware or if certain settings are on. So that's a bummer. But I think the game, like the core game, is definitely one of the best Souls games I've played. And I've played all of them. So I'm digging it. But that's all I've played because...
How hard is it?
It's hard as shit, dude. Oh, man.
I've seen some gameplay of it.
I took some really good screenshots. There's like a rat thing on a bridge. Not really spoilers. You fight a giant rat, and it'll crawl up to you, and it's like a lunging attack that's really difficult to avoid. And if you get hit by it, it's a one-hit kill, unless you have like a ton of health. But if you don't, it'll chew you up. It'll like bring you up into the air and chew you up. And I took a screenshot there, and I'm like, man, I hope that's just the cover of my story, because that's how I feel about Dark Souls. You die,
and you get chewed up alive.
You get chewed up alive by everything.
How long did it take you to die? Like when you first started playing?
When I first started playing, I think like the second enemy killed me. Because I needed... Dark Souls is weird. Like, you have to get back into the mood of like playing Dark Souls, and that's just being hyper cautious about everything. And yeah, but I've been really digging it. I've been playing a character that I don't normally play. Most of the time I play like a big beefy dude who can't roll, but he has like a ton of heavy armor and a great shield. And this time I've been playing like a dude with a great sword who's essentially naked, and I'm just rolling around all over the place and like slicing people's ankles. So that's been fun. It's kind of cool playing the game in a different way. But yeah, that's all I've been playing, and I think that's all we've been playing. So we're just going to jump straight in to new releases. I should get music for all of our segments, but I'm not going to, because that's going to be way too much work.
Yeah.
New releases! The music is my voice. Star Fox Zero is coming out for the Wii U on April 22nd. And from everything I've seen before its release, all the reviews, is that it's not a very good game. I've kind of seen that unanimously all around on most of the sites that I frequent, is that people aren't like digging it. I know Giant Bomb, the site that I really enjoy, gave it a 2 out of 5. So what do you see? What do you see?
Well, even Metacritic only has a 3.5 out of 5.
Okay.
And IGN has a 7.5. So
really?
It's kind of like that.
It's kind of middling.
Quarters range.
Yeah, so it's kind of a bummer though, because it's, you know, it's supposed to be Star Fox's like return to form. It's his latest game in quite some time. I think its last one was on the DS, if I'm correct. Maybe it was a 3DS. But it's been a while since we got a Star Fox game, and apparently this one's kind of a bummer. Also, it's been a while since we've got a Wii U game, so my Wii U is gonna stay safely lodged in my closet.
Yeah, you won't have to brush off some dust.
No, thankfully, yeah, I don't have to get out the vacuum cleaner. My argument still stands, though. Wii U's a great console.
I got the point.
Don't listen to anything Ikaika says. He's wrong all the time.
Yeah, just watch the last episode.
Yeah,
you'll see what happened.
You should watch our last episode.
You really should.
Yeah, no, definitely. But don't agree with Ikaika. He's wrong.
It was really good.
Anyways, aside from that wrongness, the Star Fox Zero, or I'm sorry, there's also another Star Fox game coming out for the Wii U called Star Fox Guard, and that is like a weird tower defense thing. I don't know. I didn't really look too much into this game, but from what I could see, it's a weird tower defense game that actually got some pretty good praise from the few sites that I visit. And that's also coming out on April 22nd for the Wii U. I think that's going to be a downloadable exclusive. Again, I don't know too much about this.
Is there like a bundle for both?
There is a bundle for both. I think that's maybe like $70. Maybe, not too sure. But I mean, again, I guess apparently this is the Star Fox game you would want to get from the 2 being released. The one that's least like original Star Fox. But what are you gonna do?
Funny how that works out.
Yeah, what are you gonna do is not pull out your Wii U again, I guess. Unless you're like way into Star Fox. Like some people are. Some people definitely dig Star Fox. And there's actually that Star Fox animated thing that's coming out apparently pretty soon. I don't know.
Or if like most people, you don't even have a Wii U, so you don't have to worry about taking it out from the shelf.
Wow.
The shade.
I'm just gonna.
The shade.
That's gonna be my thing for every episode now.
Thank God you're not gonna be on here much longer.
But he's escaping school. We're stuck here.
That's true. We're stuck in this hell
like
for the rest of our lives.
torture.
Who knows? Maybe I'll take the name with me since I came up with the name.
You did come up with the name. It's okay. We'll find a better one. Oh shit.
No.
Hot burns. Hot burns. Anyways, moving on from hot burns, we come into a game called Severed coming out for the PlayStation Network on April 26th. And this is a game by the creators of Guacamelee, which was a really interesting game that came out, I think, back in 2013 for pretty much everything. And it was kind of like a side-scroller Metroidvania where you'd explore and you'd unlock abilities that would let you explore other areas. And it was also luchador-themed, which I thought was really cool. And it had like a lot of Hispanic mysticisms in it. Hispanic legends. It was a really interesting game that I actually quite enjoyed, and it was one of the better kind of recent Metroidvania-esque games that came out in the past 5 years. So it's kind of cool to see what they're going to do with Severed.
Oh, it's like a first person?
I don't think it's first person. I don't know. I haven't really looked too much into the game. I just know the developer.
First person.
Oh, it is first person.
Really smooth though.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. It has a really interesting art style. I'm so happy this is on video now because I can just put up a trailer.
Yeah, like that exact one.
Instead of like just you looking at us looking at screens that you can't see. So this really works out. Lastly, the Sega 3D Classics collection will be coming out for the 3DS. And this game will include Power Drift, Puyo Puyo 2, Fantasy Zone 2, Sonic the Hedgehog, Thunderblade, Galaxy Force 2, Altered Beast, which is a great game, Fantasy Zone 2, the bonus Master System game, and Maze Walker. And that'll be coming out to the 3DS. This game has been out in Japan since like 2015, but it'll be making its North American release on April 26th of 2016, so that's exciting to see. I don't know, Sega made some good games, and again, Altered Beast is a classic game that was a staple, not necessarily a staple, but it was a cool game in my childhood that I remembered. Also, you know, some would say you'll be playing the Sonic the Hedgehog game it was when Sonic the Hedgehog was good and not Sonic 2006. You also get Puyo Puyo 2, which is an interesting puzzle game. It's kind of like Japanese Tetris, where it's not necessarily Tetris. It has its own unique mechanics, but you are matching blocks. And I don't really know these other games, so we're just going to skip over them. Yeah. I don't know what Power Drift is. You guys care about Sega at all? Sega games?
Oh yeah, I grew up my first consoles were the Sega Genesis and the NES.
So do you like have any
favorite games?
Any feelings about the games on this list anyways?
I played Altered Beast, but that was recently, like when I got an emulator and was playing it.
Sure.
I never had it.
I think you're going to go to jail for saying.
I mean, I watched someone
I'm just saying, Ikaika. You're stealing. You should go buy a Sega Genesis and then buy an original copy of Altered Beast. Support your developer.
I still have the Sega Genesis.
Support your local developer. And that is it for new releases. Quite a bit, actually. So we're just going to head right into news. And what has been happening in the world of gaming? Well, let me tell you, StarCraft 2 has had some match fixes. And this has actually been a thing for quite some time. And so StarCraft 2, oh man, Alden showed me a time and now I lost my train of thought. Yeah. Thanks, Alden. I'm going to put another bad picture of you on the screen. Anyways, StarCraft 2 has been having match fixes for actually quite some time. And they just identified 11 key players. 8 have already been arrested. They haven't actually announced any names, but a player was allegedly paid off $61,000 to throw one match, that's a lot of money. Would you do that? Believe, Ikaika, that you are a Korean superstar StarCraft 2 player. You too, Wesley. Would you throw a match for 61 grand?
Probably, because
wow, you were the worst person.
I'm saying probably
get out of this room
because I don't even play StarCraft, so I have no connection to it.
But I've watched enough that when you're at that skill level, like people that cheat, because I watched like a video where someone had a cheat that allowed them to see through the fog of war.
Oh, really?
With blackness, and someone was still able to beat him.
Yeah.
Because it's like if you have enough skills, it's like you don't need to throw a game. Someone should be able to beat you by their own merit.
It's it actually requires more skill to throw a game convincingly.
Yeah, because you got to look like you're falling behind.
Yeah, you actually have to look like you're losing.
Yeah, if I've done it in the past with like little cousins, or actually not cousins, but like ex-girlfriends, where you play a game with them, but you don't want to kick their ass.
Yeah,
but you also don't want.
You also don't want to tell them or show them that you're losing.
Yeah,
yeah. I've done that with siblings. Never a girlfriend though, because I'm so lonely. Anyways. Square Enix has apparently donated $457,000 to the Japanese Red Cross for the earthquake relief effort. And that's really cool of Square Enix.
Admirable, yeah.
That's an admirable thing for them to do. That reminds me a lot of actually a story. I think Daigo, the Street Fighter V player, donated all of his Capcom Cup winnings to a charity I completely forgot the name of. But it was really cool. And it's cool to see video games doing things like this, kind of more humanitarian efforts, and I think it's a big step for gaming.
I'm just amazed they still have money after how long have they been working on Final Fantasy 15?
Hey man, it's gonna be a big hit.
Well, don't they have to sell like 8 million copies to like break even or something like
Probably.
that?
Yeah, they've been working on Final Fantasy 15 since like 2008. So yeah, they're gonna have to sell a lot. But again, it's cool that they're doing this, and I always like seeing bigger corporations, especially gaming corporations, giving back. It also reminds me a lot of the 24-hour stream or a speedrun thing where they raise like $1 million. They tend to raise like $1 million for Doctors Without Borders.
Doctors Without Borders, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, AGDQ and SGDQ. Awesome games done quick and summer games done quick. So this is all great stuff. Ikaika, you put this. Oh, go ahead.
So see, if I would throw that game to get 61 grand,
yeah,
I'd give it.
You'd give it to charity. Yeah. Nice, good comeback. Good comeback. Ikaika, you put this on here.
Yeah. So another Rocket League update is coming out April 26th. So in the past they had the hockey mode where it's the puck and then it's on ice, so it's like there's less like tread in the tires and everything. So now they're having a basketball mode.
Wow. Yeah. Sports.
How surprising.
Wow, you're just trying to get your sports into this podcast, Ikaika.
I don't like basketball though.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But it looks really cool. So there's like 2 hoops and like you can like go up it. But from what the video shows,
which you'll be able to see, viewers.
So for here, you can see they're using air attacks and to actually.
You just made my editing really hard.
But it looks really cool that they're just trying new stuff. And then so that's a free update for that mode. And they're also they have for the Batman with the flags. They have it for basketball with you can have your team flag on there.
Oh, that's cool.
But
you can kind of customize that out. Roger Dodger. And next story on our list, we got to run through these. We're running late already with our shorter podcast. Dark Souls 3 is also getting a board game that was initially started on Kickstarter and was funded in all of 3 minutes. The game has been asked initially for $70,000, and I just checked a few minutes ago. It's at $1.5 million. So you're going to see a pretty cool Dark Souls 3 board game coming up pretty soon. It looks cool, though the prices for it are, I guess board games are pretty expensive, but it's like $100 to buy the board.
But these are like special edition versions. Like that's the pricing we're talking about. So for reference, it's like around 106 was early backing, and currently you have to spend about $113.
That's a lot of money. That's more than I would spend on a board game, probably.
When was the last time you played a board game?
I play Catan pretty regularly.
Yeah, Catan's pretty awesome. That's my most recent board game, because that's more like a strategy game than just like a simple.
It's a good drinking game too.
Oh really?
The more you get drunk, the less you care, I think, and that
because that's a pretty intense game.
It gets super intense, yeah.
Kind of like Monopoly. Friends.
Oh, let's not talk about Monopoly. I hate Monopoly.
I love Monopoly because I win, but
wow, I never win. I'm always the 99% in Monopoly. I'm the guy.
You're the sad, I'm the street urchin. Commoner.
Yeah, I'm the panhandler in Monopoly. Yeah. Our last story of the day, and possibly the biggest, is that the new PS4 that we talked about a few podcasts ago, where Sony, there was some rumors around GDC that a new PS4 was in the works. It was like a PS4.5 is what people labeled it as. And apparently, this new PS4 is going to include an upgraded CPU, GPU, and RAM, which is a lot more than I was expecting. I thought it would be minor upgrades. This actually seems pretty significant. And the games prior to or after the release of this new PS4, which has been codenamed PS4 Neo, which I think is an awful codename for any console.
Yeah, it is.
That's trash.
Wait, so they went with Neo, and then they had Project Morpheus.
Morpheus, yeah. A lot of Matrix references.
Yeah.
Someone at Sony really likes Matrix.
Yeah.
It's actually Keanu Reeves. He's funding all of this. Anyways.
Secretly.
Yeah. It's all that John Wick money. Games being released after the release of this new PlayStation 4 will be required to run on both console versions. So it'll have to run on the less powerful PlayStation 4, the one we have now, and it'll also have to be able to run on this newer, stronger PlayStation 4. And this is kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about this. I actually feel pretty bad about this because I feel like the main selling point of a console and the main reason why most people buy consoles is because you only need to buy it once and then you're done. It's not like a PC where you're buying new parts and you're constantly upgrading it. When you buy a console, you're done, and you should expect developers to continually release games to those consoles that you can play. And technically, you will be able to play every game coming out on our current PlayStation 4s. However, I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know how I feel about this.
I'm sad because I already have one. So
yeah, I think that's the kind of like the thing is that everyone...
Which happened last generation too with the PS3. I still have the huge 13-pound one instead of like. And then the small one comes up. I'm like,
yeah, but this isn't just size. Yeah. This is actual hardware. And
yeah.
That, I don't know. That seems a little shifty, Sony. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know what's going on. But we're going to move on to our versus mode. All right. Thanks, Alden, for the time check. You've been very helpful. Love you. So, versus mode. We are going to ask questions. You are going to hear answers. Do we have questions?
Yeah, I got a question.
I have one, too.
All right, great. All these questions. I'm going to have to think of one on the fly.
Okay. So we talked about the Dark Souls board game coming out.
Oh, yeah? Oh, wait. I'm so sorry. I'm going to explain this mode a little bit more. So one person's going to ask a question, and then the other two competitors are going to answer it, and the person asking the question, who is labeled as a judge, will pick his favorite answer that he agrees with the most, and then the person whose answer got picked will get a point. And we have a tally going at the moment, with Wesley in the lead at 3 points, Ikaika with 2, and I'm at 1 point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe today's your day.
What that's about.
So yeah, the points are based off argument, not off of personal preference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we talked about the Dark Souls board game coming out. So my question is, what board game would you want, before you answer, just let me finish the question. What board game would you want to be turned into a video game? But it could be like, it doesn't have to be based off like exactly. So say like Mousetrap, it can be like the mouse have guns or something. Like make it something crazy if you really want to. You can go all out.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be like realistic where it's like a normal board game that goes on like Monopoly for like GameCube.
Yeah.
Not like that.
This is pretty rough for me because I feel like all the board games I play are already video games.
Yeah, because I was going to say like Risk, but that's basically a video game.
That's kind of a video
made
game.
by Risk.
You could like remix it.
Yeah.
All right.
If there's already one that's already made, just
one.
make it unique. You can use it.
I got one.
You can go first then.
I'm going to go first. So we were talking about Catan and how angry you get. So I have an idea for a Catan video game. It's kind of, you have to play Catan in the video. Oh wait, do we have a timer going? We have 1 minute time limits.
Yeah, I'm counting internally.
That's what was happening. You're keeping check internally. Hold on, we got.
You didn't really start, so
I didn't really start.
Just restart. Not a big deal.
Okay, go.
All right. So you're playing Catan virtually. So you're doing everything. It's just Catan, but you also have a second game mode going concurrently where you're like fighting off your friends. You're like fist fighting your friends, much like you do in hockey. So it's like a brawler. The outer layer of the game is a brawler where you're just like elbowing friends and like stabbing them with beer bottles. And then the inner workings of the game is Catan, where you're actually trying to win at Catan, and you can lose by either losing in Catan or dying in real life because friends kill each other in Catan. And that's my argument. That's all I had, really.
Okay.
I felt pretty good about that one.
Yeah.
Friends
killing each other. Yeah.
What's pretty dark, pretty morbid.
Pretty morbid. What are you gonna do?
So my idea would be the game of life crossed with GTA, because we all know that the game of life isn't very realistic, and you kind of got to take into account like what happens in real life.
What are you talking about? I drive a pink car and get children all the time.
Yeah, but you know,
I get children in my pink car.
You got to go to college. You got to pay off that car. Maybe someone runs into you. You know, maybe you had a handgun in the drawer. You know, you just pull it out, clock the guy.
Wow.
And then you have to escape from the police, and that's
man.
like
I thought
real life.
mine was dark. Jesus.
So I mean, game of life, or you graduate high school, you marry your college sweetheart or whatever. Yeah. You just go on with life. Play it normal. You can play it safe. You can play it risky.
I feel like you just introduced poverty into the game of life.
Yes, basically, because life is not fair, and the game of life is
Wesley,
too fair.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
I feel like you just introduced a very hood
Still got 10 seconds left.
Oh, but yeah, that's why I'd change the game of life to more accurately reflect true life.
Okay, I'll give you
the game of real life.
Yeah.
I'll give since
I actually concede my point.
Since he started talking during your argument, I'll give you guys both 10 more seconds to say something.
I don't have 10 seconds of content.
Yeah, I'm G.
I actually really agree with Wesley.
Yeah,
I think that's actually really good.
I'm gonna go with Wesley.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
I really like the friends killing each other thing, but you lost a little bit trying to put a hockey reference in there to get me.
I was just trying to pander to you.
I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
See, that probably loses you most of your arguments. You try to pander to the other side.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
You're right. I'll just give
solid
you a
arguments. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk later.
Yeah.
Wesley has 4 points. He's crushing us. He has double your points and quadruple my points.
It doesn't even matter.
It matters. To me.
Oh, your poor ego.
It's so deflated. Wesley, you have a question. Hit us up.
I actually do.
You have it on a piece of paper.
Yeah, because this is something
you should pull it out of an envelope.
Yeah, just like rip open an envelope. Yeah, I'll do that next week.
That'd be great.
If I can find an envelope.
But, yeah, I don't even know if those exist anymore.
So here, I don't know if you guys necessarily play these games, but on the merits of each, would you prefer Battlefield or Call of Duty? Where Battlefield's more of a combined arms aspect, where you have vehicles, infantry, all working together to accomplish objectives, or Call of Duty, where it's more individual or team-based, fighting for yourself.
Wait, what's the question?
So
what do we prefer?
We're trying to sell
you prefer
which one's
Battlefield
better.
or Call of Duty?
I guess I'll go with Call of Duty.
Okay.
So Battlefield, Call of Duty has lost a lot of.
Hold on. We got to get a timer here going.
Yeah.
You're just popping off, prematurely.
There you go.
Ejaculating your words into your microphone.
Call of Duty has lost a lot of respect with me. The Call of Duty 4 was a great game, and then the Modern Warfares after that were okay. But I feel like having a game come out every year is not a great thing. While Battlefield, we have to wait a while, and I like having to wait for a better content wise. And Battlefield is just what?
No, keep going.
Battlefield is great because you get vehicles. You can do whatever you want with them. You can fly them around. You can jihad them and crash them into a different base. You can do all that type of stuff. Well, you're limited with Call of Duty. There's the friend element of Call of Duty. It's the same thing with Battlefield. You can do that too, but you can actually have your own sections and your own commanders and your own squad, and so you can have your own fleet with like a helicopter and have like 3 of your best friends. What's better than that?
Perfect timing.
All right.
Let's go, Kevin.
Let's do this. Point. I don't think I've played a Call of Duty game since Modern Warfare, the original, but here we go. So, Call of Duty, right? It's the staple first-person shooter, and you said that we haven't been getting good Call of Duty games. Actually, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 was pretty well received in all regards. It's kind of a good return to form to what we've been looking for back to the Modern Warfare era. It also actually, the Black Ops games tend to have pretty interesting stories. I remember Black Ops 2 having actually a really solid story, and Black Ops 3 kind of continued this with the interesting sci-fi kind of half human, half machine setting, which I think so was interesting. Also, I mean, you can't deny what Call of Duty has done for gaming history. It's the staple first-person shooter. It introduced an RPG mechanic into first-person shooters, online modes, which we've never seen before. It also spawned the 360 no-scope and kids screaming on their mics at the age of 7. Am I over my time limit? Mm-hmm. I think I'm over my time limit. It's okay. That's all I have to say. I just think Call of Duty is a staple game in the first-person shooting genre.
Do we get a rebuttal?
Do you want a rebuttal?
How about both of you go back and forth?
All right.
10-second rebuttal.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Battlefront's pretty bad.
We're talking Battlefield, not Battlefront.
Oh. I mean,
Battlefield.
It's kind of the same thing.
No, it's not.
And have you even played it?
No, but I've know of its lack of content.
Okay, so Battlefield's more realistic. Let's just get that out of the way.
That doesn't make a game better.
It's more fun to play when it's more realistic, where
I thought we were just going back and
you
forth.
can't just run around and like try and shoot whatever.
Yeah, but that's fun.
Yeah, it's fun, but it's also fun to actually be in the element of Warzone where you hear bullets going by and you gotta hide behind a vehicle or something.
That doesn't sound fun at all. That sounds terrifying.
Is fun. You're in the zone. It's so much fun. And then when you have your closest friends where everyone's scoping out, here, go here, go here. You can do that in Call of Duty, but people can just go by. They can take 5 bullets before they like stab you in the face, and that will never happen.
Just get better. Also, a problem about Battlefield. Battlefield. My most recent memories with Battlefield is Battlefield 1942, which is quite a long time ago. But from what I remember about that game, a lot of it is just running and then hearing thunk thunk and then dying, and you just kind of.
Why don't you just get better?
That's true, but at least with Call of Duty, I die and then I get to respawn immediately and get back into the action in like 30 seconds. With Battlefield, I have to I have to find a plane or like get a Jeep and then drive for 10 minutes and then die immediately. That doesn't sound fun. Sure, Call of Duty's unrealistic, but that doesn't. I think that makes the game better than Battlefield.
That's the problem with kids this generation. They can't wait.
Shut up, Ikaika. You're like 5 years
old. They're just like ADD, and they need everything right now. Oh, I want to go back in the game. Oh, I have to take a vehicle to get back in the war zone. Yeah, that's like real life. Except for real life, you already be dead.
Yeah, but I don't want to play a game like real life. I want to play some dumb fantasy game where I can get shot 5 times and stab someone in the jugular. That's what I want in video games.
You just said that your game is dumb fantasy game.
Yeah, I don't think dumb things are bad either. I think a lot of dumb games have been great games. Look at Rocket League. That's a dumb game. You're a car bouncing around a ball. That's pretty stupid.
No, it's pretty awesome.
Wesley, you have to make a decision here or else we'll just go.
Yeah, no, because that was like 2 minutes.
Huh?
Just throwing that out there.
What?
I see why you only have 1 point.
Oh.
What? I think my arguments are solid.
So we'll have to see. You know, like just because one side picks one game, you can both make an argument for the same game.
Yeah,
I'd like to point that at Coz because I feel like no one's done that yet.
I think I'm fine with my decision.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go with Ikaika.
Yes.
Next week.
Fine.
We'll go for it.
Fine.
Have you thought of a question?
No.
Oh, the salt.
All I can think about is how little points I have. How many points other people have. You guys? You guys have some pact behind my back?
Come up with better answers.
Shut up, Alden.
Okay.
We're going to cut it at 2 questions because we're already at 32 minutes.
Okay.
Which is kind of fine.
Okay.
And I'm sad.
So I guess you get to ask 2 questions.
I'll ask 2 questions the next time around.
Which means you don't even get those points.
It's over. Out of my way.
And that has been Pixel Powerup.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. So, until next time.
See ya.
Bye.